Hiya! Captain Kick!
Previously on Big Points Theory. No, ref, what are you doing?
Penalty!
That's bad decision, ref. No, man. What's with the? Why is our ref Helen Killer?
Yeah, we need VAR.
Yeah, VR. Oh, my best friend VR was missing that day. Yeah, well, Man United have lost their first game in the Premier League. Had to happen at some point. What do you think?
Bruh, it was hard, but it was expected. You couldn't just carry on going and going and going. The PSG took a lot out of us.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't think we played too badly in the game, to be honest. I thought we played pretty well up until the second half when we started to lose some steam, become sloppy.
Yeah. Their diving wasn't helping either.
Yeah, and the fantasy points obviously dried up pretty quickly last week.
Unless you had Sterling as captain.
Okay, you call that one.
Yeah,
Big points for that. Big points theory. That's
Yes,
why they call it,
Yes, a
Those big points
fantastic
back,
game.
yeah. No, but hopefully you'll call it again. You'll call it just as well this week. Just to bring back something that I completely forgot. Last week, Take a Lot voucher goes to Roit for his comment about Jimenez being the biggest point scorer. That was obviously correct. I completely forgot to mention, so that Take a Lot voucher is heading your way.
Yeah.
And congratulations on that. And another thing I want to bring up quickly is the Champions League draw. What did you think of the Champions League draw?
Yo, we've got the best of the part of the draw.
The best!
Yeah, dude, it's the Champions League. You have to beat the best to be the best.
Hey, it's Messi Lingard versus that other Argentinian guy. I can't remember his name. We're gonna see who wins that one, but
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. At the very least, we're going to get some good experience out of it. So,
yeah. If only we could go visit.
if only.
Yeah, so let's do something a bit different this week. It's a short week, I'm sure everyone knows that. So what we're actually gonna do is let's start with the captain picks first, before we get to a little bit of news or information about some other differential players. So yeah, this week we've got a nice lineup here. Suj, talk me through it, starting with Mr. Mane.
Jeez, Mane, what is there to say? He's the formed Liverpool player at the moment, and they're playing Fulham. I mean, Fulham, they conceded 2 goals in each of their last couple of games. So the fact is, Liverpool will score and Fulham will concede. Nothing's going to change that. And why I'm saying Mane over probably Salah, who's my second pick, is that in the last game when they played, Mane was clear on goal, and all he had to do was just to square it to Salah to put it in, and Salah would have been the fastest to the top 50, top flight goals. Instead of that, he went greediness and he just put it away himself. So it looks like Mane doesn't give a damn about any type of statistics or anything. He's going to go for goal.
Absolutely, and the way he dismantled Bayern midweek.
Wow, yeah.
That's why they people on Twitter are like, they calling him Mane, but they putting dismantled and Mane in big. Yeah, nowhere near as big as the dismantling job as what City did to Schalke.
Yeah.
And Spurs did to Dortmund.
And Messi did too.
And then United did to PSG. What a time to be an English supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mane, geez, Suj, I mean, what is this? He's 8 goals from 8 games.
Yeah.
Like, what's his stats for like the whole season? I think it's like, if I'm looking at this correctly, 16 goals, 2 assists in 27 starts.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, look, and if you're going to have him in your team, then you might as well just roll with him all the way to the end of the season, because I don't see him going anywhere, and I don't see Klopp really rotating, because the squad is not that big, and it's all important games. It's basically the meat and potatoes of the season now. Now you don't stop, you just keep going.
Meat and potatoes. Yeah. No, agreed. Salah, you were mentioning Salah. Look, in that same time that Mane's got the 6 goals, Salah's got 1 and 1 assist.
Yeah, well, look.
Yeah?
In that time, he got clear through on goal 4 times, and he's fluffed all 4 of him. So he's getting in the position. I mean, he's getting into positions that he's missing. So eventually he's going to put it together. And I mean, isn't Fulham like the prime targets for something like that?
That's true. That's true. But Salah, I must say, like this sounds so familiar. Isn't this what happened in the start of the season?
Yes,
Yeah, this is exactly what happened at the
blank.
start of the season, and we didn't keep faith. Your father kept faith with
Yeah.
Salah, and then what happened?
I had drink.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
so I mean, look, it's almost like pick your poison, man. Like Mane could totally blank this week, and then Salah decides to. So I mean, because of the blank game week, right? I'm assuming that you suggest that perhaps people should stick with, if they have Salah, just bring Mane in, maybe drop Pogba,
Well,
or should they go for two Liverpool defenders?
yeah, look, well, most of the guys, a lot of guys will be playing their free hit, so I mean, you could go for two defenders. You'll probably get some like 12 points and maybe an assist here and there. But Firmino's back on form, Mane is on super hot form, and Salah is ready to explode. I'd rather have those three if I had my free hit. But
Okay.
also in regards to that, it depends on where you are on the table. You can use Salah as a shield captain choice, and you can use Mane as a sword captain choice.
Yeah. Fair enough. Moving on to Vardy. This is the one I actually like.
Yeah, I would,
I'm actually thinking maybe to captain him.
yeah, I would think so. From where you are on the table, you should captain Vardy.
Okay, subtle
Yeah.
jab, subtle jab.
Anything you
Subtle
can help
jab.
you out, you should go for the super sword
Yeah.
choice.
But Vardy, I mean, his stats are looking pretty good. Like I think part of the problem at Leicester was that they were playing that like possession football, and it wasn't really suiting them. So I thought when they got Rodgers, I was like, oh my word, this is gonna be a little worse because he's just as bad at that. But no,
Yeah,
since Brendan Rodgers has been there, Vardy's got like 31 points.
yeah, I got
Adding
16.
bonus points also. So
Yeah, I got 16 in the last game against Fulham. So
yeah. So I mean, to me, Vardy also he has pens. He's the only striker. I mean, who else in that team? Maybe Madison. You must also be wary of Madison. Like he's
yeah,
obviously going to be there to take to do the assists and whatever. But
yeah,
Vardy, like I said, he's usually been a solid performer all the time.
yeah.
And I mean, he scored a good few now that you have to consider him.
Yeah,
I
but I
think he
mean,
even got an
Vardy is the
assist.
one who's been involved in the 5 of the last 6 goals in their last 3 matches. So he's
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah, agreed. So to me, that is the best differential out of all of these.
Well, the next choice would actually rival that guy that you're talking about there.
Okay, Wilson.
Yeah, personally, I feel that Wilson, every time he starts, he gets points. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, in the last game, even he got himself a goal and an assist, if I'm not aware, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. No, he did. But you know what I found also a little weird is like it seems like he's also like he's like another Vardy type. He's their only source of goals because the other guy I like in that team who a lot of people had earlier in the season, Frazier.
Yeah,
Frazier went completely barren once Wilson was injured.
yeah.
So
And he came back, he got a goal and assist.
yeah, and looking at the stats here, they say he's scored three. Wilson has
Yeah,
3 goals in his last 3 starts, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, like you said, he's and I mean, if you look at the fixture list, I mean, well, I'll go over that later. But
Now, look,
he's a good choice. He's gonna be there for both. That's another thing we forgot to mention with all these captain choices here, is that so far all the ones you've mentioned, none of them will have blanks, right?
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, you were about to mention something there. I cut you
I
off.
want to say that the reason why I would actually take Wilson over Vardy is just because of the opposition that they're playing. Because you
Okay.
guys are thin at the back. Shah's suspended and Lascelles now is injured.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there's the 2 main centre backs gone.
Yes.
Leicester are playing Burnley, who aren't too terrible. I mean, they
Yeah.
did perform in the last couple of weeks. So that's why I would take Wilson over Vardy.
Actually, now that you say that, I'm inclined to agree, and I think Newcastle what's the word I'm looking for when they play away from home? Absolutely shit.
Yeah, exactly.
If that
Yeah,
was one word, it would be perfectly describing Newcastle away from home. So yeah, actually,
right.
that would be a good choice for definites. I obviously already mentioned Fraser, and then your last choice, our
Yeah,
last choice rather.
I just squeezed him in because he didn't play in the Europa League, so he'll be a bit fresh. He's got no form to speak about. There's nothing about him. It's just that Hazard is just Hazard, and I don't know.
That's
They
it. Yeah.
go for that fourth place. Maybe they got an easy draw in the Europa League, so
I think he's got one eye on. You talking about Europa League? I think he has one eye on his number that he's going to get when he goes to Real Madrid.
well, will he really go to Real Madrid with consider? Well, now what's his name's there? What's his name?
Yeah. The rumor is that Bale will move in Chelsea's direction and Hazard will move the other way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So maybe we'll look forward to some Bale action.
Yeah.
Some
see?
Christian Bale next year.
Yeah.
That'll be nice to see him again. But talking about Hazard, no. To me, he's a toxic Hazard because because how's this? 49 points, right? I think in the last let me see, 8 games. Last 8 games, 49 points. Now on paper, that's like amazing, right? Until you realize that out of that 49 points, 25 of them came over 2 games.
Oh no.
Yeah, so he scored big in those couple of games, and then the rest, the other 6, that's 3-pointers. I'm like, he shouldn't be a footballer, he should be playing basketball, because it's just 3-pointers.
What a waste, eh?
Yeah, no. Maybe he mustn't join Real Madrid. Yeah.
They've been waiting to join Real Madrid.
Yes, that's exactly right. I think like Hazard, he's been maybe overestimated, because he's had times like this before, and whenever he hasn't performed, then Chelsea have been horrid. So actually, I would have, in his place as captain, consider Higuain.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, look, let me just see if I can pull up Higuain over here.
It's at the moment, so it says 75% chance of playing, so that's why I don't go that way.
Oh, has he also got a slight injury?
Illness.
Oh, illness. Oh, okay. Ah, man, he probably just ate too much. What's that?
In London somewhere.
Yeah, some fish and chips. A bit of fish and chips, yeah. I don't. Yeah. But no, man. I think I'm just saying, if you were thinking of going the Chelsea route, I would rather suggest maybe Higuain, because look at that Higuain. Look, I mean, he's not exactly setting the light on, setting the world on fire, but he did score against Fulham. They obviously didn't expect to do what they did against Wolves.
Everybody scores against Fulham.
Yeah. Okay, so you reckon they're the whipping boys? Now that I look at it, I think maybe Higuain's also a bit of a... Yeah, I mean, shit, who are you supposed to pick from from Chelsea anyway?
Yeah, there's nobody solid. Well, Giroud got a hat-trick on Thursday, so that means he won't play. So the only 4 more is not playing. Basically.
Yeah, no, I would actually, even though Chelsea are obviously playing through the blanks, I don't know if I could pick anyone. Maybe a defender, maybe Luis, perhaps.
I would double up on Liverpool, then spend my money on a Chelsea player.
I totally agree. Yeah, so that's your captain picks for the week. I think for me there, you obviously punting, you're saying definite Mane, otherwise maybe Wilson, eh?
Or Salah or Vardy.
Ah, okay, no, that's fine. I just wanted to go to a couple of pieces of information. Yeah, of course, short week this week, but people mustn't forget there's a double game week next week. And who's the teams? It's United and
Wolves.
That's why the chip would be the best. Would you recommend playing your free hit now or next week?
Well, personally, I don't recommend playing your free hit this week, because once the FA Cup rolls around and the City wins again, the City United game that was scheduled for that weekend will also be postponed. So there's going to be doubles somewhere. So there's going to be big doubles coming up. I'm not going to waste my card for this here just for one, just because there's few fixtures. I'll absorb it rather and move on.
Yeah. Game week 32 and 35 will be double game weeks, as far as I know. And United, I think, will be involved in both of those.
Trust me, there will be more the further, because City will beat Swansea for sure. Hopefully we can go past Wolves. So our games will be postponed for sure in 36 or something.
Yeah. So to me, I think people should even, like this week, keep hold of Jimenez and keep hold of Pogba.
Yeah,
at the very least. Yeah.
And Doherty.
Yeah, I looked at my bench and I see Bennett is looks like he might be out for the count for that.
For 2 games.
Yeah, and then I just want to shake people off, a few people, which is like Son. I think Bale off Son.
Yeah.
Not in form. Tottenham are missing both of those games. Game week, well, this week and 2 weeks from now, they're not going to be playing. So I
Yeah.
would definitely just get rid of. Even though Kane is actually coming up now, I think he has about three goals in 4 games.
It's not affordable, man.
Yeah, no, not affordable. But I mean, like, if it wasn't for this blank game weeks, I would have actually had him on here to say now we need to start considering him again because he's back on form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see with the doubles coming up who's the real ones.
Yeah. And then of course we already mentioned Wilson. And I would have, like you said, make a punt for Fraser and Madison from Leicester because their fixtures up until about game week 36 is pretty good. Like I said, Bournemouth and Leicester are not having any gaps. They're not going to play in the double game weeks, but I mean they'll play all the way through, and they're only going to be playing teams in and around their zone. And so, like, they won't have, like, any definite loss games, like against the Big Six
Yeah.
until about game week 30, 35, 36,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really getting to the crunch part of the season now. I think we're going to see a lot more injuries. And so your captain picks are going to be far more crucial now than than
That's
at
for
any
sure.
other time, yeah. So that's why I would even recommend to people try and hitting more of the differentials than normal. Yeah, okay, so that's it for this week. I just want to say, guys, if you have any suggestions for us and things like that, I'm still looking for feedback. We'd like to try and change up the thing, and tell me if you prefer to have us talk about the captain picks first and then go to the news. Or maybe we can just roll in on the news while we're talking about the captains. You can let us know in the comments. And then if you like what we're doing here, just make sure you subscribe, like the video, and click on the notification bell, because otherwise YouTube's going to be like, who are these people? We don't know them. Drop your video off, no problem. Yeah. Otherwise, good luck, Suj, and good luck to all the managers out there.
Where I'm going, I don't need luck.
Oh, okay. Right. Cheers, man.
Yes.